watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, October 5th. In our top story today, we're updating you on a wanted man named Edgar Alvarez, who is currently pursued by Nye County Sheriff's Office on the charges of child abuse and neglect and false imprisonment. News 25 is speaking with Sheriff Joe McGill, who's giving us details.
Hi, this morning at 8 a.m. we posted on our NCSO app, Facebook page, and X platform for our new Wanted Wednesday target individual. That target individual this morning was Edgar Alvarez. Alvarez is currently wanted on multiple charges, including false imprisonment and child abuse and resisting with a weapon. Those charges are nationwide extraditable charges, and they are currently no bail charges. Anyone with information on Alvarez's location, please contact Nye County Sheriff's Office, 775-751-7000, or you can contact Nevada Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. There is the potential of a cash reward through Nevada Crime Stoppers, and you can remain anonymous. Alvarez's information and photo is currently on our Facebook page and on the X platform as well as our app. So please take a look, and if you know where he is, please let us know. Thank you.
And Las Vegas Metro Police reach out for help from the Nye County Sheriff's Office to search for a 23-year-old missing man. Sheriff McGill has more.
Monday, this past Monday, 2 days ago, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a call from Metro Police in Las Vegas asking for our assistance in attempting to locate a missing individual. That individual was missing from the Las Vegas area and was believed to be possibly suicidal. The subject was believed to be in the area of Wallace Canyon and Wheeler Pass Road. Deputies responded to that area and located the individual's vehicle, which was unoccupied. We requested search and rescue and conducted a foot search with our search and rescue until well after dark. The following morning, yesterday morning on Tuesday, our search and rescue, Nye County Search and Rescue, again responded to the area, began a foot search again, and within about an hour located the individual approximately 1 mile from his vehicle. The individual was deceased, and it appeared to be self-inflicted. There was a emailed veiled threat suicide in Las Vegas, and we also found a very sketchy note that was on the windshield of the vehicle when we located the vehicle. It didn't really say anything specific. It was just concerning. I would say it was concerning. Any further information on this, you can contact the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and request any information on it through them.
Nevada's 1 October commemoration just passed. And in more sad news, a hero from that 1 October shooting tragically passes away recently as a result of a car crash. RJ Camacho reports.
Manhattan Beach police officer Chad Swanson was a hero in the 2017 Las Vegas mass shooting that'll be forever remembered as the October 1 shooting. Swanson was in the crowd at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival during the shooting and helped shooting victims get out of the area. Tragically, Chad Swanson died on October 4th during an auto accident when his motorcycle was struck by a car on a Los Angeles highway. According to officials, Swanson was likely heading off to work when the crash occurred, and, according according to investigators. The car that struck Swanson's police motorcycle was initially struck by another vehicle that had made an unsafe lane change. Investigators are currently working to determine if a fourth vehicle was potentially involved as well. Chad Swanson, who was 35, was reported dead at a hospital later. Another person was hospitalized with minor injuries. Manhattan Beach Police Lieutenant Kelly Benjamin stated to the public that Swanson was a married man and had 3 sons. News 25 agrees with the loss of a hero, and may he rest in peace. Our deepest condolences to his friends and family.
Turning now to national news. The U.S. House Speaker is voted out on Tuesday, and confusion and chaos ensues since.
Speaker for the White House Kevin McCarthy was voted out on October 3rd, which was a first for the U.S. Kevin McCarthy is a Republican from California who was endorsed by Trump and was House Speaker from January until October 3rd of this year, where he was the first House Speaker voted out of the position with a final vote of 216 to 210. When the vote was finalized, it left Congress in turmoil, with one person in the chamber even yelling out, "Now what?" Kevin McCarthy spoke after the voting was ruled and stated that, unfortunately, 4% of our conference can join all the Democrats and dictate who can be the Republican speaker in this House. I don't think that rule is good for the institution, but apparently I'm the only one. I will not run for speaker again, and I'll have the conference pick somebody else. Directly after McCarthy was ousted, many Republicans spoke with the press to talk about the issue. Representative Nancy Mace spoke about how McCarthy would have caused chaos should he have continued to be speaker, and, quote, because he's not been honest with either party. Representative Matt Gaetz, who initiated the vote to oust McCarthy, spoke as well, stating that it was for the benefit of this country that McCarthy was voted out, and stated that Kevin McCarthy couldn't keep his word. However, Republicans like Gaetz and Mace weren't the only ones to have something to say after McCarthy was ousted. Democratic Representative Jamie Raskin, who voted against McCarthy, also had this to say. Kevin McCarthy brought this madness upon himself. Right-wing Republicans have to solve the problems that right-wing Republicans create. The civil war between the Republican Party has nothing to do with us. And Republican Representative Brian Fitzpatrick also expressed concerns about the ousting of McCarthy, stating that if we vacate the chair, the government will shut down. The temporary acting speaker, Republican Representative Patrick McHenry, declared the House in recess until both parties can decide on a path forward on October 4th. The vote to elect a new House Speaker could potentially be quite the arduous task, however, not only due to many aiming for the position, but also due to McCarthy's own vote into the position of Speaker taking an unprecedented 15 rounds back in January. Meanwhile, the House has been facing questions of how to avert a government shutdown, whether or not should they continue to fund Ukraine's defense against Russian invasion, and whether or not to proceed with an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. It's been reported that Congress will have to figure out by mid-November on how to pass another spending bill in order to keep the government open. In regards to funding for Ukraine, President Biden stated that what happened in the House on October 3rd worried him, and continued to state that he would soon address aid for Ukraine, which according to reports, additional funding is essential for Ukraine's defenses. President Biden continued to state as well that we cannot and should not again be faced with an 11th hour decision brinksmanship that threatens to shut down the government.
When News 25 returns, we're telling you about what local legislators are doing to address the shortage of quality medical care. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto introduces a bill that will help Indian Health Services recruit and retain more staff due to an unfortunate shortage of medical professionals.
On October 4th, U.S. Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and Mark Wayne Mullen introduced legislation that would make it easier for Indian Health Services to not only recruit, but also retain physicians. According to a report from the Government Accountability Office, the Indian Health Service is in need of over 1,300 providers. Currently, Indian Health Services has a 25% vacancy rate for healthcare providers. This legislation aims to attract new doctors to the agency, which serves over 2 million Native American and Alaskan Native tribal members. In order to attract the attention of more doctors, the legislation will be providing part-time healthcare providers access to IHS scholarship and loan repayment programs. This is due to the fact that currently, many IHS facilities do not have a full-time clinician, and the current requirements for doctors to work full-time and gain these benefits often discourages professionals in the field from serving tribal communities. The IHS was currently not even in line with National Health Service Corps loan and scholarship programs, according to the press release from Cortez Masto. However, the bill would elevate IHS to these standards. A quote from Cortez Masto reads, "Too many tribal members can't access the healthcare they need because of a dire doctor shortage in Indian country. We need to make it easier for IHS to recruit and retain qualified health professionals. This bipartisan bill will keep tribal communities healthy and bring more doctors and nurses to IHS facilities in Nevada and across the country."
Now, Bill Perner of Valley Electric Association is walking us through the steps that VEA takes to update its contact information and how they reach out to its members to keep that list current.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
So periodically, Valley Electric goes through our database, and what we do is look and make sure that email addresses and phone numbers are correct on the accounts. Many times we reach out to customers and we find that a phone number's been disconnected and so forth. So periodically what you'll hear is you'll get a phone call from a Valley Electric representative, and they will verify your account information and make sure that you're the person that's authorized on the account, and then they will go through and update your information. It's super important to get that information updated because it allows us to get you information as far as mailing addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, in case that we need to contact you on outages or get you information about being a member at Valley Electric. So important. You may get somebody calling you. It's very easy to verify. You can, if you think you're getting a scam caller or so forth, you can hang up and call back into the office at 775-727-5312. Press 1 for electric, and then press 3 for billing. Speak to a live representative, and then you can verify the information.
Congratulations to the Nye County Sheriff's Office for being named Agency of the Year by the Nevada Department of Public Safety.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has been named Agency of the Year from the Nevada Department of Public Safety. For multiple years, the Nye County Sheriff's Office took part in a statewide effort known as Joining Forces in Nevada, which aimed to enforce traffic enforcement to keep Nevada roads safe. This announcement was made last month on September 19th during a Nye County Commission meeting. Nye County's Grants Administrator Jessica McCutcheon explained that officials with the county recently attended an annual safety summit. It was there where the Nye County Sheriff's Office, as well as one of the agency's officers, were recognized by the state of Nevada. According to a letter from the Department of Public Safety, there are 28 agencies that participated in the 2023 Joining Forces program. Out of all the 12 scheduled events throughout the year, the Nye County Sheriff's Office participated in all of them to date, out of all the other agencies. Due to this, our local Sheriff's Office was selected and awarded Agency of the Year. Nye County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant James McRae was reported to be instrumental in the traffic enforcement program as well. McRae was the aforementioned officer who was recognized by the state of Nevada and was awarded Outstanding Coordinator for the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Jessica McCutcheon was awarded herself, to her surprise, for the Joining Forces grant, being awarded the Award of Excellence for Outstanding Grant Management. Praise rained down like a storm upon all those honored by the state, and the next round of funding for Joining Forces was approved for $34,000.
And members of our community got a chance to chat with some members of that Agency of the Year when the Sheriff's Office hosted a Coffee with a Cop event at Mom's Diner.
Hi, this morning, Wednesday, August 4th at 8 a.m., we had our national Coffee with a Cop event that was held at Mom's Diner on State Street. Several people came in. We sat down, had some breakfast, had some coffee, sat around and talked. I gave a short presentation of some of the highlights of what have gone on in our Sheriff's Department for the last 10 months. And it was a very productive event. I hope to hold this again in the future. I'm looking forward to probably doing it about every other month, I think, at this point. And so next time we do it, we will put it out on our app and on Facebook and X, and we will make sure that everybody knows where and when we will be there. So thank you and hope to see you soon.
Well, what are you doing during this first full weekend of October? If you need some road trip ideas, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Now here's Mikey Ruhan with your weekend road trip tip.
Looking to get away this weekend? Located just outside of Death Valley National Park, the Longstreet Inn and Casino. Even if you're not a gambler or want to stay, this place is a must-visit. Named after Jack Longstreet, a true Wild West gunslinger, settler, miner, and gambler. Jack Longstreet lived in Amargosa Valley during the 1880s and holed up in complete hiding amid some unsettled business. Story goes, he lived near the Moapa Indian Reservation and even ran a bar in the now flooded St. Thomas before heading to Ash Meadows. As the purported best gunslinger west of Salt Lake City, Longstreet was one tough cookie. Did I mention Longstreet Inn also has a petting zoo? A handful of cute little critters like burros, goats, and a water buffalo. They also have a chapel, which is a replica of a 1964 Catholic church, and many more old artifacts to keep you entertained.
All right, if you are faint of heart, you may want to look away because here is a horror story straight from Mother Nature. Rory Rosell has all the spooky details about the mating season of a special kind of spider.
A warning for those who have arachnophobia, some footage in this story may be triggering. Tarantula's mating season is upon us, which also means tarantula hawk mating season is here as well. For those of you who do not know, tarantula hawks are not tarantulas, and they are also not hawks. They are actually wasps. They get their name because, like hawks, they hunt tarantulas. These wasps can detect certain chemicals in the air that tell them where tarantula burrows are located. Tarantula hawks will attract the spider to come up from its burrow and sting it on its underside. This is when the spider becomes paralyzed. Though still alive, the wasp drags the tarantula back into its burrow and proceeds to lay her egg on top of the spider. Once the egg hatches, the larvae eats the tarantula alive. This process repeats itself over and over again. It is truly a horrifying story.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a live look outside through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam. No creepy crawlers on that camera, but we do see beautiful blue skies. We'll take a closer look at our forecast after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and to your mobile device on the local BTV app. The app's just so dang cute. You got to get it. Kick. 73 degrees up there in Fernley, 75 in Fallon. Carson City saw 76. Tonopah, your room temperature, 70 degrees. Perfect weather. You're a Cool Spot Award winner. Congratulations. 71 in Goldfield. You almost got into the money. 86 out there in Beatty. 91 in Amargosa makes them the hot spot. perfect poolside weather with 90 degrees in Las Vegas and a perfect 99 degrees out there in Death Valley where the road is closed. Still, here in the Paradise Brump, let's take a look. Current temperature, 88 degrees. That's today's high. That's today's right now. This is as good as it gets. How about that? 4-mile-an-hour winds out of the south-southwest. Not too bad. Sun rose this morning at 6:42. Look for it to go away at 6:22 tonight as we head to our low tonight at 57 degrees under clear skies. Beautiful star watching. Blah, 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 blah. What do we see for the rest of the week? Sunshine. Look at this. Oh, man, 7 days of sunshine. Nothing but. We got 4 days of 90-degree weather here coming at us through the weekend. Winds kick up just a little bit Monday, Tuesday. Looks like that drops the temperature down quite a bit. Look at that. We get down to 79 by next Thursday. But still sunny skies and beautiful fall weather. You're living here in America. What could be better? All right, back to the desk. Here's Unette.
Thanks so much, John. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in this newscast, and we'll see you on the air next time. Good night.